Hey, hi, how you doing? So today is a very exciting day. Yesterday, I had my birthday and I actually turned 30 years old. Oh my god. As a birthday present, my whole family got me half a day drifting, which is sick. So if you didn't know, I absolutely love drifting. I love everything about it. So it's going to be really fun and really interesting to learn properly from an instructor how to drift. That's what this video is going to be all about. I do apologise for not being up on YouTube as much recently. There's been a lot of live stuff happening, which we'll get to later on in the video after all of the fun stuff. So if you want to watch that bit, stick around, find out. If you haven't yet, smash the thumbs up button, subscribe if you are new. And without further ado, let's get into it. We're wearing the Initial D t-shirt we got in Kyoto, so I think it's about time that we did some drifting since we got the Initial D top on. As you can see, it is disgusting outside, but that's kind of not a bad thing because we're going drifting. So drift in the wet. We're going drifting. What is going on, everyone? I thought I'd mix it up today and do a voiceover since there was a hell of a lot of wind noise. So I thought I'd talk you through what the day was like, what's going on, etc, etc. Here is the instructor. This is not me. I'll start out saying that. It was really impressive to see him come out and do this. Like, I'm in the car at this point, he's just talking me through things, just getting me up to speed. It's sort of like what they do at this point. They just make sure that you're up to speed, you know what they are expecting of you, what they're going to try and teach you, how to hone in your skills, that kind of stuff. He was really good, really impressive. He's been doing it for over 10 years, I believe. So he had a lot of control, considering this is a naturally aspirated 2-litre Lexus IS200. It just shows that you don't really need a lot of power to be able to drift, and it's actually really fun even in a lower horsepower car. So here I am getting into the car now, and I haven't drifted for quite some time. This is my first time doing a day like this. I will say there was a couple of issues with the car, so it was hard to I don't know what was going on. It could have been that it got really wet or the connections were getting loose. I started to get the hang of it because I've not really done it in the wet like this, but it was still really fun. It felt like it was a lot easier to be able to control. Oh, and it got really dark, by the way. The day just suddenly got super dark. So I went from having the ISO sort of a bit up, but bearing in mind my parents and my uncle and that recorded this, to, you know, it being just super dark, quite stormy. And this is me still, which is quite cool. You know, got the donuts. Got the donuts pretty good. I've never really done a donut before, so this was interesting to learn. But yeah, I felt pretty good. Things were getting alright, but there was a weird connection issue with the battery because it was like an electrical power steering rack they had. I think that's what he said. And it just kept cutting out. So when I started to get into the swing of things, it would just lock up. The steering would lock up and I wouldn't know what to do. And I'd just lose control and it would throw me out of the drift or, you know, having any sort of traction. And then I'd sort of not panic, but I'd sort of drop the clutch because I didn't want to, you know, I didn't really want to just fly into my uncle's car or my dad's car or come off the wrong way. But, you know, still hammering it back, bashing off rev limiter. Now, I will say, you can hear the car in these clips, but the wind noise sort of takes away from that, and it's not a very nice listening experience. Even though I had a shotgun mic on it with, you know, a cover on it, like you could see it there, like it locked up. So yeah, there's some music in the background, and I guess I'll just come in and talk whenever I feel like it's necessary to do so, because I was having a lot of fun and I was getting like more comfortable in this car. That's another thing that I don't think you will be able to see translated, is you know, coming into a different car, a different setup, different seating position, everything completely different, the gearbox feeling different. It's quite hard to transition into that. when you're used to something else. But yeah, I feel like I'm getting the hang of sort of the figure of eight thing and everything here, because I've never really done figure of eights. It's sort of just, you know, oh, this is the instructor again. This is not me. That's pretty perfect. And then we're swapping over. Just so you're aware, that's not me. I'm not coming out the gate going crazy confident. But even the instructor started having a few issues. So we're just talking things out and getting used to it. And I came out and I was doing all right, you know, like it felt pretty confident. And then the trouble started. Like it just, you could see it there, it locked. So obviously here, I just thought that I would show you a little bit of what I'm doing with the sound, and you can still hear like the wind noise a bit, but I was getting the hang of it quite well. And then I got frustrated because, like I said, the steering just kept locking up. Like there were times like here it didn't lock up, I just sort of bailed out of it, but I think it's from this one maybe, it just started to go really funny. But soon after that we graduated onto another section, which was more like real world practice, stuff that, you know, you're more used to. Look, like I got the hang of it, it was all good, we were swinging and dancing. It was super fun, like once you got the hang of it, we could go like wider or bring it in closer. Yeah, it's like they're making it more wet, and for some reason when it was more wet I found like it really threw me off a bit. Like he's fixing it, he's trying to wiggle it about and see if it could work, because even for him it was getting bad, and we waited for maybe like 30 minutes and it just still kept doing it. Like it just locked, and I couldn't swing it out or like control the steering. But it's fine, like it happens, and it's a drift car. So here's the next stage where we went to a more real world style, where we had to drift around some cones, bring it in tight, and then just come out and drive off. So that was really fun. My tyres were starting to go a little bit bald, and once it was drying out a bit, I got more traction, which was quite nice. But when it was wet, it was, you know, quite hard to control it. But yeah, this was my first go, by the way. That was my first go, because it's more like what you're used to, right? So I did quite well, span out the last bit, and then I kept getting in my head a bit and not committing to the final bit where I was bringing it in really tight, or I'd come in a bit too hot with with the throttle. But this was super fun. I thoroughly enjoyed this, and then I got the hang of it. These next two clips are literally filmed on an iPhone. So I do apologise if the quality is a little bit different or the sound's a bit different, but I think these were some of my best ones. There was one with the instructor, that's my instructor standing there. He was standing on the middle cone and I went right around him, and I didn't hit him at all. It was perfect, it was great. And I believe this is the last one. So I hope you've enjoyed this little voiceover thing. I decided to go a bit rogue here and go through a different cone. So that is basically everything for this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. It was super fun going out and actually like having an instructor teach me how to drift. It was better than I thought it was going to be. At first when we turned up, it was like a little bit all over the place. However, it was super fun. Like it was really personal. Those Lexuses, those poor IS200s were getting beat on every single day by loads of people. They barely left first gear, and you know, I mean, they're there to learn, which is the main thing, that you're not damaging your car, you're not doing whatever. So it was really fun. I don't know what footage at the moment. I haven't really looked at the footage, full disclosure, because I left my family to sort of film everything for me. So I really hope that it came out well. I don't know, so if it's good, then let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to see more drifting and more things like that, then again, let me know in the comments. Let me know what you want to see on this channel. I will be in Japan very soon, and there are lots of opportunities in Japan to be able to see this stuff. So if that's something that you would really like to see, then let me know. I would really like to do that for you guys. But without further ado,
I hope you've enjoyed this video. Smash the thumbs up button, subscribe if you haven't already and you are new, and see you guys soon. Peace out and stay lucky.